In Consumer Corner, we take a look at trends creating a buzz here in China. On today's show, we'll discuss the profit margins of luxury cars in China. Luxury cars are a status symbol in China, as they are in most countries. Keeping up an image and an ego is important for business and general social life. They were selling extremely well for the past 10 years. Major brands have started big pushes to break in and take over the Chinese market. Data from the Chinese government showed the sales of luxury cars in China increased by 36% over the past 10 years. In 2012, more than 1.2 million luxury cars like BMWs and Mercedes were sold in China. The number in America was about 1.7 million that same year. The market analysts even predicted the sales would likely exceed 3 million in 2026. Recently, the New York Times wrote an article about people in America buying luxury cars and then reselling them to China. The story brought up legal matters that involve wasting government resources, illegal exports, and foreign competition. A man from Florida in the trade said, "We're taking advantage of a legitimate arbitrage situation." According to the report, these businessmen employ straw buyers to buy new luxury cars from American dealerships. They then sell them to export companies. These companies will ship the cars to China. The price of these cars can triple the price as that in America. If the car's retail prices range from $55,000 to $75,000 in the United States, then these cars can be resold for as much as 3 times that price. By doing this, these businesses can get considerable profits from the rising price of luxury cars. For instance, a BMW X6 sells for $71,000 in America, but when they're shipped to China, its retail price could soar to 1.8 million yuan, or about $300,000 in China. More than 350,000 luxury cars are shipped to China this way every year. It sounds like a solid business model until you consider legal pressure from the American branches of these car companies. These car companies believe the dealers are keeping cars out of the American market where there is big demand. As this is now a legal matter, the federal government has frozen funds and seized vehicles while they take the matter to court. Even though these luxury car prices became much higher than that in the United States, they're still welcomed by many Chinese buyers. It's mainly because the prices of these shipped cars are 10 to 30% lower than the retail price in dealerships in China. The Chinese media released that there are many factors that lead to the big price differences for luxury cars in China and the United States. One major reason is the high taxes for imported cars. The total taxes for an imported car in China can reach 95% of its retail prices for each car in China. In addition, the car manufacturer's monopoly on pricing also pushes up the imported car prices much higher. This goes for luxury cars as well. In 2005, the Chinese government carried out a policy that car manufacturers could decide the retail price of the cars exported to China. As most Chinese car buyers could merely buy imported cars from car manufacturers, the decreased price of competition resulted in soaring retail prices of these cars as a result. The different export businesses of these luxury cars has also attracted a lot of Chinese net users' attention. Some of them hold the view that car buyers are the biggest victims in this business. One complained, quote, "It's not hard to guess the huge interest and profits involved in the business, but so many Chinese car buyers have to pay much more to buy these imported cars. To some extent, they're victims in this business, but they have no other choices in China." A few net users also felt that the Chinese government's policy on imported cars has increased the prices for Chinese buyers looking at imported cars. One satirized, quote, "It seems the Chinese government's style is to make policies to help foreign businesses instead of benefiting its own people. The policies on pricing rights of imported cars are the best example. Chinese buyers do not benefit much from the policy at all." Another net user mentioned a monopoly by these foreign car manufacturers as well. One net user wrote, quote, "Those foreign manufacturers almost monopolize the sales of the cars, which shares some similarity with China's state-owned enterprises. All of them are not doing a good thing for Chinese people. They have all increased people's financial burdens to some extent." In December of last year, the sales of luxury cars appeared to have decreased by 25%. It's mainly attributed to the Chinese government's austerity campaign. But the decreasing sales have not resulted in sharp declines of imported luxury car prices in China. This meant that cars sold by third parties will still have a market if these Americans are able to keep their businesses operating.